Welcome back. Today we're going to look at another plant that I have in my food forest. Right now it's not really integrated into most of my food forest. It's just because I'm still in the early stages of propagating it. I got it last year and then I've multiplied it quite a few times since then. But it is the Egyptian walking onion. So I'm just going to maybe pull one of these out. Trying to get as much of the root as I can so I can replant it. There we go. Joys of soft soils. Look at all that root. So this is the Egyptian walking onion. It does form a bulb at the bottom. It's fairly small right now. It will get a bit bigger. It's still a fairly small onion. But I quite like this onion. I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of it and why I like this onion. So first off, what does it need? Well, it needs water. It's got all these roots for taking up water and nutrients. So it needs water, it needs nutrients, and it needs sunlight to photosynthesize and send those sugars down through the roots so it can feed all the beneficial bacteria and fungi that are going to give it the nutrients that it's looking for. Needs protection from things, being stomped on, my dog digging them up, squirrels digging them up, that sort of thing. Doesn't have a whole lot of other needs that I can think of at the moment. But what does it provide? Well, first off, obviously you've got these green onions on the top. Just a nice green onion, good for a good summer flavor. It will provide a bulb at the bottom, so that's a second onion. This one is just starting to build its little whip at the top. It's going to end up with a bunch of little tiny onions in the air. So these are floating onions, basically. And they are, if you think of when you buy onion sets, so you buy these little tiny onions that were basically a big company took a whole bunch of seeds, they started them, they got them started, and then they shipped them off to you. And that's what those are. This skips the little seed phase and goes straight to those. So you can just take those and you can stick them in the ground and plant them. So it provides seed to multiply itself. That's fantastic. I like that. I like things that provide, it's a sustainable food source. It's something that's going to keep coming back. It's going to keep on multiplying, and I don't have to buy seed every year. I'm just going to get my onions. Okay, that provides that. Those top things are also edible, so that's another food source. So every part of this is edible. I haven't tried the roots. It might be edible. What else does this provide, though? Well, it has a strong smell. Like my breath probably does now, too. So I just eat things when I'm in the garden. I'm always shoving something in my face. And as I look around, there are so many things that I would just, pick up the weeds and eat them. But this has a strong smell. So what is a strong smell good for? Well, if you think about being a pest that's wanting to come and eat, say my strawberries. So I've got my strawberries there. They put off this nice, beautiful, sweet smell that if I'm a pest, I'm going to be looking at that. I'm going to be smelling that. I'm going to be like, ooh, that's dinner. That's a buffet. I'm going to go and eat that. But when you have something like this planted nearby, it produces a strong smell, which then distracts the pest. It covers the smell of the foods that I want to eat. So it's actually protecting some of the other plants, like my strawberries, from pests, from predators. So that's another yield. If I don't harvest this, then the tops are going to die off, and I'm not going to bother replanting this one. So the top is going to fall over, it's going to die off, it's going to decompose, it's going to become more nutrients in the soil. So that's another thing. It's going to continue to build soil fertility. What else? I'm pondering. I can't think of other ones at the moment. This might be a shorter one, but it's a perennial. The big things are it's a perennial food source. It's going to continue building my soil, and it's going to distract pests. Those are the big reasons why I really like it. It also comes up really early. It's a nice early source. I mean, onions would be just starting to come up, and I could harvest this if I wanted to. Some of the other ones are substantially bigger. So if you think of any other benefits of this, let me know. Until then, let's keep trying things. Grow things, cook things, make things, build things, learn things, and try new things. And be willing to make mistakes and to fail. And if you fail, learn from it. If you succeed, learn from it. If you're not sure if you failed or succeed, learn from that too. Even from, basically from all things that we do, there are going to be lessons that we can learn. There are going to be things that we did right, there are going to be things that we did wrong. So, I tried these last year. I planted them. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a mistake or not. I wasn't sure if they would grow where I planted them. I wasn't sure if they'd like the soil that I had. I didn't do any research, really. I didn't have time to. But I planted them, and they're succeeding. And here are, so I've got a bunch of them back there. But down here, not the garlic, all of these are a whole bunch more that I planted out. And there are also a whole bunch all in through, there I'm pointing with this, all in there. There's a whole bunch more. So, I'd say that is a success. I didn't plant them necessarily where I would want them this year, and a big part of that's just because some of my fruit trees and bushes weren't in place. I didn't have my plan complete yet, and a plan's never really complete, but it's much more, it has a solid direction now. So this year, when I get the bulb bits off the top, I'm going to plant a bunch of them around all of my fruit trees. So here I've got an apple tree right here. That's going to has a lot of this distracting around it. Try stuff. Make mistakes. What does it cost? You can get Egyptian onion bulbs for a couple bucks for a handful of them. Stick them in the ground. Next year you'll have more. Go learn things. Until next time.